Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to bring you a versus video. This is the Mega 2000 with some custom grips on it. 9mm. Looks very familiar to you CZ fans, right?
Imported by TR Imports.
Okay, so that's TR Imports gun. And then this one over here is the TriStar, the L120. TriStar by Janik 55. Also, a lot of you guys call them Kilinc 55, but it's actually pronounced Janik 55, made in Turkey. So both of them, kind of a nice little copy off of a CZ75 original, at least in my opinion. We're gonna be shooting those against each other. We have lots of Mekgar magazines here. Magazines were provided by Mekgar for this test, and also
Gun Mag Warehouse, so thank you guys very much. And this video is going to be sponsored by Sig Sauer Elite Performance Ammunition. So we're going to be shooting that 9mm ammunition today.
we'll start shooting next, guys. Thanks for watching the video.
So you guys, this is the TriStar L120. So we're going to start shooting with this. This is a very nice gun. This is a more true CZ75 clone in comparison to the Mega 2000 over there. We'll talk about that later. This will come with two 17-round magazines made by Mekgar. No numbers next to your witness holes. One in the chamber. Let's go ahead and safely drop the hammer. Double action first round. This is the first rounds out of this pistol. Beretta Sr. just picked up this gun last week at Key Sporting Goods. Shout out to you guys. Thanks very much for being our favorite local gun store.
Absolutely.
All right, let's try this out. Nice, consistent, smooth double action there. Good positive reset. Okay, there's the blue follower that I was telling you guys about. Normally, or on the other mags that we have by Mekgar, that's what you would get. There we go. Gonna have you shoot the Sarsilmaz next and then shoot this.
Okay.
Double action first round. Love the double action on this pistol. It's just smooth. One mag down. This is a Sarsilmaz mag. Comes with the gun. Another Sarsilmaz mag. Those are all headshots there at the end.
All right, guys, the 2000 Mega. It's a nice looking pistol, imported by TR Imports, Fort Worth, Texas. We've already noticed that the sights on this pistol are better than the sights on the other pistol. They're a little bit more bold. They're a little bit easier to pick up real fast.
Yep.
So hopefully you can see that.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll show it in the tabletop part.
Okay. Okay, young Beretta and I have already fired over 100 rounds through this pistol, and it has performed flawlessly, so no surprise there. It continues to do just a great job. Very smooth, pretty light recoiling.
Yep.
I would like to get it where I can put a double tap together.
Go ahead and try the double action on that.
smooth, man.
Yeah.
Shoots a nice group, but for some reason I'm pulling the second round.
Yeah.
The grips are very nice that you added here, young Beretta.
Yep.
Nice
a lot
looking.
better than the factory ones. If, you know, I'm going to give this gun right now any cons, the grips are very high quality.
Gotcha. Well, these ones you picked up are very nice. Makes the pistol look very nice. It's already getting a little hot here, but it shoots really well. All right, guys, the L120 from TriStar. Janik 55.
So double action first round.
Double action.
So which recoil impulse seems that has less?
More.
More.
This has a little bit more recoil. But I'm hitting with my double taps with this. So guys, we just wanted to sum up some of our feelings on these two pistols, just in case you're looking for a cheaper version or less expensive version of like a CZ75. These both have been performing flawlessly, so no complaints as far as reliability or accuracy or anything like that. They're combat accurate, no issues there. They both carry about 15 to 17 rounds in the magazine, so good enough to get the job done there.
So let's talk about the difference as far as the magazines. The TriStar will come with two 17-round magazines, and the Sarsilmaz will come with two 15-round magazines, it says. But honestly, I was able to shove 17 rounds into it, so I'm going to assume that they're 16-rounders, just like a traditional CZ75 mag with the metal base plate.
Yeah, and they're both good quality magazines. The one that with the L120
are made by Mekar.
They say Mekar on them. Yeah.
So one thing we definitely want to cover is that the Sarsilmaz is a modified CZ75, whereas the TriStar is a traditional CZ75 style pistol. What are the differences, Bretta?
Okay, so let's talk about something that's the same first. So the L120, this TriStar right here, if you put the pistol on safe, everything pretty much doesn't work. You can't rack the action. You can't move it. You can't pull the trigger, obviously. Or
so that's like a traditional CZ75.
Right. That's exactly like my other CZ75 pistols. So that is the same as a CZ75. The 2000 Mega, if you put it on safe, which is down, by the way.
And that's a difference.
And
it's a major difference to some people.
Okay, your trigger's dead. Hammer doesn't go anywhere. But you can still rack the slide and do whatever, you know, load the weapon, put a new magazine in, chamber around, anything like that, and then just take the safety off and you're ready to go.
All right, so another difference between this pistol is, as you saw, you know, the safety on this pistol, which leads to a different set of grips entirely. So these grips are proprietary, where this is traditional CZ75. You can replace the grip panels with anything you want.
Right.
And that is beautiful.
So that's an advantage to the L120.
So what about the recoil impulse on these two pistols? Which one do you think has less recoil?
Neither one break the bank, guys. They're 9mm pistols, right? So for 95% of us shooters out there, not a problem at all for either one. If you're a female shooter, not a lot of experience, or a male shooter with not a lot of experience, this one is a little bit softer on the recoil.
And another thing that would lead to it having less recoil is it's not a traditional CZ75, it's modified. And the reason is because it has a full-length external guide rod assembly.
Right. So let's go ahead and lock that open and show that real quick. So there is your full-length steel guide rod which came with the pistol. This stainless barrel also, you know, so that's stock form. The only thing we've changed on this gun is the grips.
Yep.
So everything else is stock. Whereas the L120
is just like a standard CZ75 as far as it has an internal guide rod assembly.
Right. So that's a noticeable difference between the two pistols.
Yep.
And it could be because of that this one feels like it has a little bit more recoil on the L120. So if you're looking for something that's going to recoil the least, I would say the 2000 Mega would be the way to go. Since they're both 100% reliable, they've both been running really good. You know, you start looking at different things about the pistols, which may make it more advantageous to you as a buyer. That's something that's noticeable right away. $389 was the price on the L120 Janik pistol.
And the Sarsilmaz on TR Imports website goes for $409. So they are right in line as far as the price.
So about $20 difference is nothing to really worry about. Let's talk about the triggers. What do you think about the triggers?
I thought the trigger on the L120 was not as superior as the Sarsilmaz. What about you?
The double action in the L120 is heavy. I'm going to say it's probably around 14 or 15 pounds. Now the thing about it is when you pull the trigger, it's hard to take it back slowly. It kind of, when you pull the trigger, it kind of wants to just break as you're putting pressure on it. It's just breaking right away. So you can kind of squeeze through that. That did affect my accuracy a little bit on the first shot. I actually pulled one round off the target. So just like everything else with practice, I'm sure you'll get good with it. But that's something to kind of be aware of, that the first pull of the trigger, if it's in double action, is not smooth. It's very abrupt and heavy.
Yeah. Whereas the Mega 2000 is smooth and it doesn't weigh as much, the double action. It's very consistent.
And look at this trigger pull, guys. I mean, you can stage it all day long. And then when you finally want it to go off, a little more pressure. So I think the weight is probably a pound or two lighter than this one. But the biggest advantage is you can control that trigger very easily in this pistol, which I think...
It's a fantastic trigger.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage.
I think it's even better than your CZ75s.
I don't know about that. Single action. This one around 5 pounds, I think. Maybe 4.75 in single action.
Go ahead and show the reset of it.
Okay, so reset. Right there.
And you're right up against the wall.
Yeah, it's actually a really good reset for a pistol that costs right around $400. It's a pretty sweet little reset right there. So no complaints on the reset there. The trigger's a little bit superior here.
So what about the reset on the L120?
A little bit further out, not much.
A little bit louder as far as how it sounds on the reset. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it is a little louder. Has a little bit more audible note to it. And you can feel it in the trigger too, if you're paying attention.
You have a little bit more take up before the wall on the L120, I noticed, from reset, before the trigger breaks again. It's slight, but it's there from the looks.
Very slight. Both of them are pretty good from the single action, guys. Both of them are pretty good. I think this one is probably about a pound heavier on the single action pull. The biggest thing is the double action, I think, is a little bit tougher to master on this, but you know, just like everything else, if you spend enough time with it, you'll get it down. This one's very close. I mean, it feels very close to a CZ75, you know, that I have. I have a couple of them. The triggers are very similar. This one hopefully will break in and get a little bit better, like my CZ75s have. So we'll wait and see. We'll put several hundred rounds through it and see how the trigger feels after that.
So final thoughts. Obviously, both these pistols are extremely comparable as far as price and how they shoot, how they feel. Ergonomics are the same, stuff like that. The sights are better on the Sarsilmaz for sure, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, let's give you guys, see if you can get that in frame. So the 2000 Mega is right here.
The contrast on them is just amazing in comparison.
And because of that, I was able to bring it up and put it on sight faster with this pistol. Can you change them? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you can. So you actually can put just standard CZ sights on the TriStar, whereas the Mega 2000, I believe you can only do the rear sight. I'm not sure if the front sight is easily removed like the rear sight.
One thing I did definitely like on the L120, which may not matter to you guys, but I kind of liked it as a feature, is the top fancy serrations that are across the top of the pistol. So if you compare the two, this is the L120 right here. I kind of like this. It's very well done, especially for a sub $400 pistol.
All right, so final thoughts. Which one do you honestly prefer out of these two pistols?
Well, I bought this one right here.
Yeah.
But if I had tested them both beforehand, I probably would buy this one. You know. Yep. But we'll see how this one does, because there is a lot of things I like about this gun. So I think I'll shoot it, maybe 500-600 rounds, and maybe we'll do a little quick update video on this pistol itself. Since I own this gun, I bought it, we can do the update video anytime we want. We don't have to hurry to get it back to the company or the supplier. I can take my time about testing it and put some rounds through it, and we'll see how it progresses. I'm hoping this trigger will improve. But if you're gonna buy one and you want one, it's a little bit softer shooting, has a little bit nicer trigger, I think I have to give the nod to your gun over here.
Yeah. So you guys, this is a pretty thorough review here showing these two pistols. We haven't really seen anything done between the TriStar and the Sarsilmaz CZ clone. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested in the Mega 2000, you can check out our review video coming up on it. And link to this pistol over on TR Imports website is in the description box below this video.
That's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching the channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, Beretta 9mm USA, for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future.